eased through to take the heat in 12.65. Devin Charlton from the Bahamas second, 12.71, and Grace Stark third, 12.72. Casey, assess that one for me.
Three good athletes.
Okay, hold the line. Hold that thought a minute, Casey. Wayne Walker has another interview for us as we present to you Paris Connections powered by the Sagicor Group. Wayne?
Yeah, thank you very much, George. Thank you very much. I was waiting on the theme. But Danielle, I'm careful not to call you Danielle. You say your name is Danielle. So, yeah, congratulations on making it to the next round of the 100 meters hurdles. You're the world champion.
I mean, thank you. I have to give honor to God, who's the head of my life. I asked him today to bring me through this round, qualify for the semifinals as easy as possible, and I'm thankful that I was able to do that.
Yeah, you told me you were warming up for 2 hours, so you're well prepared.
I mean, that's a standard warm-up. I mean, most people don't know that we have to warm up for close to 2 hours to get out here, so just to run 12 seconds, because that's how long it takes the body to go through the paces, and, we have to do practice runs and everything before we come out here and get one explosive run. So, yeah, it took 2 hours to do that today.
Yeah, you live for the big moments. You've appeared in Beijing 2015, shocked the world. You came back last year, and you did the same thing. Is that trend continuing here in Paris?
I mean, we can only ask God for that. I'm only out here to do the best that I can, and that is a podium finish. That's a podium finish.
Danielle, thank you so much. All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, just hold on because Akira is not too far away from me. So let me just hold the line because she's just about maybe 30 meters away. You'd appreciate she just finished running, so she's walking slowly towards me. But good performance there from both ladies, and of course, Janique. All three are into the semifinals and looking good. Akira just approaching me, so let me just hold on a bit. Danielle is here waiting on her. And one of the things that I've noticed whenever the athletes from Jamaica come into the mixed zone and there's an event with another Jamaican in it, they all stand by. And well, Akira says she's not having a chat with us this morning. No? Okay, she says she's heading to the changing room. She's passed us by, so I guess it won't happen.
Paris Connections.
You guys.
Paris Connections with Wayne Walker, powered by the Sagicor Group. So Akira Nugent taking care of business. And you were saying, Casey, in assessing her 12.65 to Devin Charlton's 12.71 and 12.72 for the American Grace Stark.
Yeah, three good starters. So the times, I expect are faster times. They have more in them. So I think maybe Nugent, she seemed to be she's disappointed not talking to Wayne. She expected a faster time. Could be, but the good things that they are in the next round, and you see faster times. You just need to run now to qualify to be in the top three. So when you run in semi-final, you see something more out of these athletes.
A lot of times people don't want to do an interview after the first round. They want to just kind of stay focused. It depends on the athlete. They want to just kind of stay focused and not do any interview.
There you go. TC, with your trained eye, which of the Jamaicans looked most fluid from that first round run?
Wow, I think Nugent. Williams looked good in her own. She had to wait a bit before she got going. But I think Nugent got it from the start.
Mm-hmm. Janique Brown. So I'm looking at the summary of the performances. So Williams was the sixth fastest qualifier overall, 12:59. Not that it says anything at all about what will happen in subsequent rounds, but just for perspective. Danielle Williams, sixth fastest overall with 12:59. Akira Nugent, eighth fastest overall at 12:65. And then Janique Brown, she got through with the 17th fastest time at 12.84. 18 of these sprint hurdlers on the women's side qualifying automatically, and then the rest will have to make do with the repechage round, excepting the Venezuelan Yoveni Mota, who was disqualified in Heat 4, disqualified from Heat 4, so she is not eligible for the repechage. Expect most of these athletes to turn up. For that second chance at qualifying for the semi-finals. The man behind the glass, Jermaine King, says it's a break that's upon us now, and we honor our obligation.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real ones. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
It's hard-hitting. It's riveting. It's the much-talked-about cover story during Nationwide at 5. Hear Cliff Hughes get to the heart of the story of the day. Cover Story, aired 5:30 weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Nationwide at 5. Talk radio at its best. Cover Story.
Cover Story is brought to you by JTA Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Multilink, roll with control. Use Multilink, safe, fast, and accepted in more locations.
Cliff Says is by far the most popular mid-morning radio segment in Jamaica. Cliff Hughes shares his views on the hot-button topics of the day, editorializing on various issues in the news, breaking news stories, and expounding on stories. Cliff Says sets the tone of the show for the rest of the day. Join the award-winning journalist Cliff Hughes weekdays during Cliff Hughes Online at 10 to 10:30 a.m. Join the revolution in media.
Cliff Says is brought to you by Educom Credit Union, providing value through service, and Hyundai, modern premium affordable vehicles.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real ones. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, Jam Rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
our diamond sponsors:
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors:
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors:
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors:
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and our other sponsors:
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royal Turn Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network. A proper good morning to the listeners of Nationwide 90 FM. Those of you who are enjoying the Paris Olympics as brought to you by us. I want to say thanks to all of those who have collaborated with us on the coverage of these games. And we want to say that we've enjoyed presenting it to you. It's been a tough schedule to work, but the team have been striving. I was going to say manfully, but there's a woman on the panel, so we've been striving together. Just work it like that. Striving together to give you the best coverage as our athletes chase glory over there in Paris. They call it the city of love. Juliet, is Paris really the city of love? I know you've been there a fair few times.
Italy is the city of love.
Well, which one of the Italians? It is Rome or Milan?
I prefer Rome.
All right, there you go. Yeah. TC, you've been to Paris in your travels? Is it the city of love?
Couldn't tell. I didn't spend much time going around, confined to the village. So can't really tell you.
I can imagine a couple of my friends who I'd ask that, people of senior vintage, who I'd ask them if Paris is the city of love, and they said, no, George, Back Road is the city of love. Casey Graham, you've been to Paris. Is Paris the city of love, my friend?
Not really. I've been there twice, and you see, like, you downtown, especially when we go to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
See those idle people, the police are looking.
You see idle people.
Idle
people.
Guys, have to run them from on the Eiffel Tower. So my best time in Paris is to go in the Eiffel Tower and look and see
the Louvre.
And when you go to the top, and see
look over the city.
Yeah, that's my best time.
Wayne Walker is in Paris. I don't think he's had holiday time just yet. He's been busy since he landed. Wayne in Paris Connections, brought to you by the Sagicor Group. Morning again, Wayne. Oh, he's not there just yet. Oh, not there just yet. William is on the line. William, have you been to Paris, my friend? Good morning. Not hearing him.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm hearing you now, William. Good morning.
Hi, how are you all?
I'm hearing you low. It's low. Go again.
How are you all?
We are good. We're good, but you need to check your microphone. Sounds as if you're off mic. You need to turn up your volume because Mr. King is turning every knob he has and we can't hear you forcefully.
Is it better now?
Alright, let's work with this now because it is what we have. Anyway, I was asking you if you've been to Paris. You almost killed the question, man.
I've been to Paris, Las Vegas.
Paris, Las Vegas. Is Paris, Las Vegas the city of love? No. Is a short answer. All right, so here we are. Today, what we have ahead of us, we've ticked off the women's 100 meters hurdles preliminary round already, and happy to report that all three Jamaican women are through to the next round. We are paying attention to the high jump for men, where Romain Beckford is carrying the national colors. He is in qualification Group B, and he cleared 2.15 meters. He cleared 2.20 meters, yes. So his best jump so far is 2.20. So it's between 2.15 and 2.29, the range for the bar, and he's cleared 2.20. So he has 2.24, 2.27, and 2.29 to go. It's qualification, two big qualification groups, and Beckford battling in that region. I see TC drawing for his sweater for the first time since these Olympic Games began. He always walks with the sweater, but he never puts it on until now. Man, Cole reached the man. Casey, are you putting on your sweater as well?
No, I'm from Guysville, and I'm used to the cold.
Where
there.
there's altitude, is that it?
Guysville is on I'm
the
used
hillside.
to the hillside. Yeah, the weather there. So
TC, where are you from?
Kingston.
I'm a Kingstonian.
That's
you're
right.
used to them temperature. You're used to them
we don't play with that.
No country life.
My relatives are from Manchester, and so I've been down there a couple of times and had to wear a full sweatsuit.
Yes. I tell you what, the Manchester temperature is not normal. Yeah?
Exactly.
But even though we talk about climate change and the place heating up, Manchester is still has its reputation intact.
Have you ever been to Wind Hill?
Where's Win Hill? In Manchester?
Yeah, Southern Manchester.
No.
Yeah. The Win Hill would suggest what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. I lived for many years, though, in Smoky Vale.
Okay.
And there were times when I was leaving to come to work, like at 4 a.m., and the temperature gauge would say 17 degrees Celsius. And I'm saying, is this Jamaica? Yeah, man, frigid, bad. Anyway, not like Paris, where Wayne Walker said it was a particularly cold morning that greeted them. Anyway, today we're looking forward to the men's 200 meters, the continuation of the men's 200 meters. And what is true is that from the women's 200 meters last evening, Julian Alfred was denied in her bid for that sprint double. And William, Gabby Thomas is an athlete that it's hard to find anybody who has ever had a bad word to say about Gabby Thomas. And I guess if Julian Alfred was to be denied that double gold medal performance at the Paris Olympics, it's not bad that a lady like Gabby Thomas did it, William.
Yeah, that's correct. During the race, you could see that Gabby Thomas was just a class apart during the race. Coming off that bend, when she got into the 100-meter stretch and she was able to stretch those legs, you could see that she was just pulling away from the field. And at that point, you accepted that Gabby Thomas is the class apart. And pettily, you also accept that, that Jamaican blood in her took her to the line.
You guys.
There's nothing petty about that, William.
Yeah, you guys have to say something
just
like
had
that.
to.
There's nothing petty about that.
Nothing.
At all. It's a fact. It's a fact because if she were to fall into disgrace, they would quickly tell you about her
she's
Jamaican blood.
Yeah.
So there you go, my friend.
Does Lyles have Jamaican blood now?
Half.
Hey, William, tell me about that one.
You're a bad man, Casey. You're a bad man, Casey. I'd say this to you, though, Casey. You weren't here yesterday when we were talking about the 200 meters, but it was accepted. We had set up the result the day before on Monday when we were talking about the issue of freshness and the fact that Julian Alfred will turn up to the 200 meters final with 5 hard races under her belt. The 3 rounds of the 100 and the previous 2 rounds of the 200, while Gabby Thomas will be turning up for only her 3rd race of the Olympics. And I asked Juliet whether that would make a difference. And she said, yes, George, because at this stage of the Olympics, freshness is perhaps the most important factor. And in the end, we felt that freshness had a large part to play in how the race panned out. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, but I think Gabby is a class act. Last year she proved that, and I think a fresh Gabby and a fresh Alfred, Gabby will still win.
Oh, okay. You still.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
William, what say you on that? The freshness factor in terms of the result. We didn't say that it was freshness that caused Thomas to win. We said freshness would have been a factor for Alfred not being able to perform even better. She did 22.08. A fresh Alfred is not going to throw down 22.08 in any big final. So we felt that played a role in the outcome of the finish. What say you?
I've been thinking about how the NCAA circuit would have prepared someone like Alfred for those amount of races back to back. But when you look at Thomas in terms of where her body is, that she is further along in her peak than Alfred, and I think that eventually came out in the race where you could see that she was just a step above Alfred in the race. Even if both of them were running at 100%, I still think Thomas would have edged that race.
Hear you on that. TC, you made a point yesterday. There was a remark by Juliet off mic where she was asking about she was not pleased with the lane assignments, with the big guns in the outer lanes. And you were explaining that there has been a change where the top athletes are now put in those outer lanes. Do you want to expand on that for the benefit of the listeners?
Yes. I don't know if it had something to do with Usain, and I'm taking you back to them, but he would often request 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. Reason being less curve.
Yes.
And so that was comfortable for him. And I'm seeing drift now to having the better athletes out on the outside instead of having them in 3, 4, and 5. It seemed to be a shift going on in world athletics.
Casey.
I'm glad you touched that because TC, in Jamaica here, we have 8 lanes.
Yeah.
In those meets, international, it's
Yeah.
lane 2 to 9.
Right.
They don't use lane 1.
Right.
So even in Jamaica here, I think at the national champion, they had it wrong because lane 1 to 8.
Who had it wrong?
The official
Okay.
who placed them in lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Long, for example, at the fastest time, she was placed in lane 7 when you have 8 lanes. You only do that when you use 9 lane 2 to 9, because there's only the lane 7 now look like it's lane 6, but we have no. It's only 8 lanes. So at the international level, when you don't use lane 1, you use lane 2 to 9. So lane 7 is like lane 6. So I think when Terry Long was placed in lane 7, that was wrong because it's only 8 lanes. And you need to check that. I was talking to somebody who is from the IF, and they told me that, yeah, it's 9 lanes because lane 1 is not used. But if you use 8 lanes, you can't put the fastest person in lane 7. It must be in lane 6, if anything.
Well, as the kids say these days, make this make sense for me. We've been told from time immemorial that all of the lanes, if you measure from the start to the finish, you're going to run the same distance.
George.
So Juliet, help me with that. Given the technical breakdown of the learned gentleman.
The curve, and we all know it. I mean, it makes a difference. The curves it's just much harder to run out of lane 1 and 2 in a 200 meters. It's hard on the body. You feel it when you're running, that you are going around this everlasting curve. When you're in lane 6 or 7, you're off the curve in no time. And so it's as I say, it's less curve for you to run. Mm-hmm. And so technically, you want the outer lanes, you want the 5, 6, or 7, if it is, of course, that you have 9 lanes.
Especially if you're a taller person.
Especially if you're taller, you're able to maneuver much better. I know I prefer the outer lanes. Don't give me. I didn't even like lane 3 in the 200 meters.
Yes, TC.
And there's one other thing, George. Some tracks are designed differently.
Yes.
It's the same distance, but some tracks actually have more curve than others.
Well, I can't imagine.
Small track.
I can't imagine
Smaller.
Bolt lifting his 6'5" frame out of lane 1 on a 200 meters. That would be almost impossible. Yeah, because as Juliet said, he'd be running around the turn forever when some athletes would have straightened up already, he'd still be just coming off the bend, and it would be difficult. But all right, so we're agreed then that there has been a subtle shift, you'd say, TC, in terms of the best athletes getting the best lanes in the bend races. All right, we have the men's 400 meters final coming up today, and while they were speaking, I was looking at the lane assignments to see if the theory is holding out where the best athletes are in the outside lanes. And I'm going to tell you what the lane lineup is for that men's 400 meters final, where the Brit Matthew Hudson-Smith is expected to fight for gold along with Kirani James. Look at this now. Christopher Bailey from the United States is in 2. Samuel Ogazi is in 3. Michael Norman is in 4. Kirani James in 5. Hudson-Smith in 6. Samu Konga in 7. Quincy Hall is in lane 8. Jerry Richards is in lane 9.
They got the best lanes.
Yeah, so it supports what you're saying of the best athletes being put far out in the outer lanes.
In the outer lanes.
Yeah, there you go.
So you remember, past to be 3, 4,
5 with the prime
and
with
6.
the
3, 4, 5,
plum
and
line,
6.
the plum lanes,
3, 4, 5,
3 to 6. Yeah.
And now it's 4 to 7.
No, it's 4 to 7. And if you have a track that starts at lane 2, it's 4 to 8. 4 to 8.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. We have on track the men's 5,000 meters. Let's take a break and come right back, and we can pick up some of that action.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we We are stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, keep on the ends with the real one. My island, we are world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me. Jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we are bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
It's hard-hitting. It's riveting. It's the much-talked-about cover story during Nationwide at 5. Here Cliff Hughes get to the heart of the story of the day. Cover Story aired 5:30 weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Nationwide at 5. Talk radio at its best. Cover Story.
Cover Story is brought to you by JTA Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Multilink, roll with control. Use Multilink, safe, fast, and accepted in more locations.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
Join Nationwide 90 FM every third Wednesday between 9:05 and 9:35 a.m. for JSIF and You during the Consumer Hour with host Nora Gay Banton. Listen to a representative from the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF, as they highlight the remarkable project deliverables being undertaken by the agency. That's JSIF and You, every third Wednesday during the Consumer Hour from 9:05 to 9:35 a.m., exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me. Jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris,
for the winner, Nordas Narva Gilja from Norway, who came through to win in what the commentator described as a pedestrian race. The fact is, though, that the rules are that the first 8 in each heat will advance to the final. So the men were running for places, not necessarily for time, as we're seeing a replay of multiple fallers in the contest. The Olympic record, 12 minutes 57.82, held by the great Kenenisa Bekele of Ethiopia, set on August 22, 2008 in Beijing. And the world record of 12 minutes 35.36 set by the Ugandan Joshua Cheptegei on August 13, 2020 in Monaco. And TC, what is it that you've never seen before?
I've never seen so many persons fall in any event on the track like I've seen just now.
Oh, yeah? Felt like 9 pins they did. Meanwhile, action in the men's high jump is continuing, and we can report that the Jamaican, Juliet is still having a laugh.
Did you not see what happened near the finish line? They bumped fists. The first two? First two. As they crossed the finish line, saying, yeah, we did it. We were crossing together.
That's the final.
I can report that in the qualification Group A in the men's high jump, the outstanding Bahamian Donald Thomas registered a no mark in the competition. No mark for Donald Thomas, so you can rule him out. While the Jamaican Romain Beckford cleared 2.15, cleared 2.20, cleared 2.24. He has 2.27 and 2.29 left to attempt. Only one failed attempt in the sequence. That he failed at one attempt at 2.20. But apart from that, he has been he can't use the word serene with a blot on his copybook, but he has been consistent in this qualification Group B. Is he of the caliber, you would say, KC, to grab one of the medals on offer in this event, the high jump?
I wouldn't say the medal. I think he can be in the final. He can be in the final at 12.
Yes.
But if you look, Javon Harrison, one of the outstanding American at the NCAA level, he's out. He has failed at 3 attempts at 2.20. So what Romain is doing now is, I think, his performance has been lifted by what athletes are doing in field events. It has been a wonderful field event Olympic for Jamaican athletes so far.
Yeah. Well, look. Let's discuss some of the issues that have dominated the performance of the athlete. Well, that have dominated the discussions around the performances in Paris. And let's be frank here. The issues around training camp and some athletes not making themselves available for training camp and some coaches keeping athletes away and some coaches giving very little information to the authorities about the state of their athletes is nothing new. From ever since I've been following the Olympics from I was a lad, it's been the same issue. The difference is the medal count is not what it was at this stage is not what it should be. And relative to previous Olympics, when we would have won more medals and the big guns would have delivered, and so it would have papered over the issues that were simmering underneath. So this year, the big guns, some of them have been injured and have not been able to compete, let alone medal. And that's why it feels as if there are more problems around these Olympics than any other before. Am I making sense, Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn?
I think you're making perfect sense. Yes, I believe there are some problems in these Olympic Games. We've heard some of the athletes complain, especially in the beginning, about some of the issues that they were having. But I think on a whole, I believe, as you stated, Jamaica, we've always had a lot of selfish people.
Yes.
Whether it's the coaches.
And very selfish people.
Yeah. Whether it's the coaches, from the coaches' standpoint, the athletes.
Agents.
The agents. We've had that kind of a selfishness in the camp. We've always had those issues. But I think it has magnified even more because we are not doing as well as we expected us to do with the injuries that we've had in a number of events, especially in our premier events, and especially in the sprints. I believe it has magnified even more. And so we are all feeling a little down.
TC?
Well, if you look back at the season, up until our national trials, we didn't seem like we had a team. Because nobody was really performing up to normal standard. The team got a little bump over the trials, we had a decent trial, and so things have just reverted to where it was before the trials. Especially the fact that we have come up with a number of injuries to key medal winning persons. It's one of those Olympics. It's one of those occasions where nothing seems to go as planned, and maybe it's a chance to go back to the drawing board and reposition ourselves, reorganize ourselves, and move forward.
TC speaks of going back to the drawing board, KC, but if you go to the drawing board where Jamaica's athletics is concerned, you're going to have a quarrel because J3As, JOA, athletes, agents, coaches, is one hell of a quarrel that.
And yet, and George, how can the two top federation, the JOA and the J, they are not communicating? That's where the problem lies, because the J3A boss is not speaking to the JOA boss, and we can't, and it starts at the top, and it drip right down to the athletes, coaches, everybody. And earlier TC said something, and Julia can tell you.
I don't even understand what you just said, that the JOA boss is not speaking to the J3 boss. I mean,
it's a fact. They're not speaking term.
Tug of war, though.
Yeah, the tug of war. It's a tug of war.
It's going to affect the team.
Yes, it's going to affect the team. Because some of the people, the coaches, the athletes, will take side. And it's not good. It's not good for the country. And guess what? George, when the Olympic is over, they have nobody to report to. So things will be business as usual. And it is sad. It is sad because it is affecting. And the problem now, we are hearing these things, we're not getting the medals. We're not getting the medals, the gold medals. When we were getting the medals, nobody really talk about these issues. But now we are in trouble. We are in 49 position now, and everybody seems to be coming out and talking.
Yes, we were in trouble before we flew out. It's not just at the games that we ran into trouble. We were in organizational trouble before. Information that should have reached the J3s was held back by the Olympic Association.
That's what I'm telling you. See?
You were asked to do a long list months before, and I kept saying, suppose somebody should come out of the crack. And they're not on the long list. Does that mean that they won't get to the Olympics?
And
we
happened.
couldn't
It's
get an answer
in the guy in the mixed relay, Kemar Ferguson. He was not included in the long list.
Well, Kemba had to be flown in.
That's a different situation. That's different because of the rules. You can't take the AP athletes to the village. They do not get travel grant, so they are on their own. And there's something.
Just imagine. It came out later that we could have had 15 coaches. We were only told 9. Why?
Because of the politics.
But how does the politics? Why would the politics endanger the team?
But wouldn't everybody know that you could carry 15 and that is a known fact?
No, because the jury kept on saying you can only carry.
No.
So there was no proof.
Regardless of what the JOA says, isn't there something in writing where in black and white where everybody knows?
No, but even apart from that,
you can carry 15.
No, but Julian, what overrides that is the fact that if the JOA communicates that it's 9, it doesn't matter if Lord Jesus tells you it's 15, it's 9 in your mind because the JOA says 9. Exactly,
the JOA.
And that's the point TC's making
to prove
exactly
otherwise.
Right.
And it's their meat, so they decide.
Right. So
this is not World Athletics meet, World Championship. This is the Olympic. And JOA, they have that authority to do what they want to do because it is their meat, right, EC?
Yeah, I get the perspective, a fuller perspective from William after this break. Let's take the break. We're on Paris this morning here on Nationwide 90 FM, covering the games of the 33rd Olympiad. We've seen all 3 Jamaican women qualify in the sprint hurdles, and we have a man going strong in the high jump, Romain Beckford. We'll tell you more about his performance after these.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me. Let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
News on the go. The latest stories from Jamaica and around the world are literally a finger tap away. Keep up to date with Teen Revolution 24 hours a day online via nationwideradiojm.com. Listen live, read the latest stories, hear every soundbite. Be a part of the vibrant online debate via Facebook and Twitter. Now you can get all your favorite premium nationwide content at your convenience. Visit the Android Play Store and download it for free today. NationwideRadioJM.com. All day, every day. Team Revolution.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion. With my KFC, I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15, or party 21 bucket. KFC, proud sponsor of Jamaica 60.
Nationwide 90 FM now presents live coverage of the games of the 33rd Olympiad from Paris, the city of love. Our coverage is brought to you by
Or diamond sponsors.
KFC, Pizza Hut, Fosrich.
Or gold sponsors.
Sagicor Group, J. Ray and Nephew.
Or silver sponsors.
Supreme Ventures Limited, Digicel, Gatorade.
Or bronze sponsors.
National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, Spirits Expressions Sports Lounge, Imperial Optical Jamaica, Rainforest Caribbean, National Commercial Bank, Sunshine Snacks, First Rock Group, Grace Foods,
and or other sponsors.
Multilink, Kiss Baking Company, Hose Assembly and Supplies, Students Loan Bureau, Massey Distribution Limited, Starbucks, Tourism Enhancement Fund, Evergrow, Real Estate Board, Horton's Pharmacy, Petrojam Limited, Wellington Dental, Fontana Pharmacy, Juicy Patties, Maxi Department Store, Road Safety Unit, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, ISP Finance Services, Postage Logistics Group, Royalton Resorts, High-Low Food Stores, Charles O'Connor Consulting Network.
Welcome back. Heat 2 of the men's 5,000 meters is still on track, and the man at the back of the pack is one of the villains of the piece from the 1500 meters on Tuesday. Jakob Ingebrigtsen just bouncing easy at the back. And as I call his name, the camera goes right on him. He's now starting to get a move on, trying to get closer to the leaders. Meanwhile, the action in the men's high jump, this is where it starts to get interesting. Before I say that, though, the man Mutaz Essa Barshim from Qatar, just what in his attempt at 2.27 meters, didn't even get into his flow because he pulled up with an injury to the left calf. Not sure what it is, but it is a problem sufficient for him to be attended to by some of his teammates and the medics running to him as well. But he seems to have a calf problem. Not sure how severe that one is and if he'll be able to complete his set in the qualification round. I can tell you that the men are struggling mightily at 2.27 meters. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 men have attempted 2.27 meters. Juliet, only 2 have cleared it so far. Only 2 among those who didn't clear it first time was Jamaica's Romain Beckford, who had cleared every other height, but the men are now struggling. This is what you call deep water in the high jump qualification, 2.27 meters, and another man has just cleared it. That's the New Zealander. Yes, he is the third of 15 to clear, but 2.27 meters proving to be an obstacle. I guess this is where the wheat is separated from the chaff, and they still have 2.29 meters to go. So let's see how many of them move beyond 2.27. I can tell you that one of the Americans has bowed out of the event. Harrison, saw him shaking his head, being consoled by some of his competitors. Javon Harrison, he failed once at 2.20 meters, but then he failed all 3 times at 2.24, and his Olympics are over in the high jump. He will not progress beyond this point, and he was very, very bitter looking as he sat removing his spikes, as he should be, given that he failed to achieve his own targets of advancing to at least the final of these Paris Olympics. So the report from the men's high jump, 2.27 meters, proving a tough obstacle for the overwhelming majority of the competitors. Not many have cleared that height thus far. William, I wanted to get your perspective on how the shortage of medals and precisely the absence of any gold to this point at a major championship where Jamaica at least has 2 or so gold medals in the bag already, along with some other medals. The shortage of medals overall, the absence of gold, what has that been doing to the problems that usually attend to Jamaican track and field at major championships?
You know, going in, I started to reassess our prospects when Elaine got injured, and after Elaine got injured, it switched for me from a gold rush to a transitional year. In my opinion, you have Sheridan Fraser Price, who is 37 years old, and Elaine Thompson-Hira, who was approaching the end of her prime years, the end of her peak. You expected this to be a swan song for at least 2 of the 3 golden women, 2 of the 3 sprint queens. And when Elaine went out, you started to reassess. So for me, it feels almost like where we should be in terms of gold medal contention, because with you would have put Sherika as the number 1 gold threat in the 100 and the 200, and when she went down, you kind of lost that feeling that we would be collecting the medals that we know that we usually collect. I accept that behind the scenes, those injuries have exacerbated a lot of the bad vibes, so to say, that come with Jamaica at these championships. And winning tends to make you not see all the I don't want to say toxicity, because toxicity might be too far, but it papers over a lot of the cracks that appears in these global championships.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely from about June, I started to view this as a transitional year more than the goal rush when Elaine went down.
I can report as well, William, in the slipstream of what you said, that Jakob Ingebrigtsen has qualified as the winner of the second heat in the men's 5,000 meters. Another faller man going down there. He did finish his race though. Ingebrigtsen winning in 13 minutes 52. Let me tell you, 30 minutes 51.59 qualifying, along with Binyam Mehari from Ethiopia 13:51.82, Isaac Kimeli from Belgium 13:52.18, Grant Fisher from the United States 13:52.44, Oscar Chelimo from Uganda 13:52.46, Ronald Kwemoy from Kenya 13:52.51, Dawit Siari from Eritrea 13:52.53, Adisu Yehuni from Ethiopia 13:52.62. TC did tell me that George Ingebrigtsen is going to win the 5,000, and based on the quality of the two heats, I don't see anybody who can land a glove on him. But I would have said so in the 1,500 meters last night that only Josh Kerr was capable of beating him, and we all know what happened in that event. The men's high jump, just to update you on the progress of the men, the struggle is real, as Derek on TikTok would say, at 2.27 meters. Most of the men have done two attempts at 2.27, failing both of those attempts at 2.27 meters. So the Jamaican, Romain Beckford, twice 2.27 meters he attempted, he has failed. So he has one shot left to clear 2.27 meters to go further, and nerves jangling right now. Is this where TC, KC, Juliet, is this where in this technical event, highly technical event, your coach is as valuable to you as any other resource? Because you need some reassurance, you need some inspiration, you need some tip as to how you can clear the obstacle in front of you.
Definitely. We just saw Akamatsu from Japan. He just cleared that height. Good for him, because the men, I mean, I'm watching this and going, is this the Olympic Games? They are struggling at this 2.27 meter. Bahrain,
he's back. Barshim is back.
He's back.
He cleared
he's
it.
back.
He cleared
and
it.
he cleared it, and he's holding his leg once again. So I think he's under some sort of a pressure with that calf. Maybe it's probably just a cramp that he's feeling, but he was able to actually clear that height. But yes, it's a very technical event, and in something like this, you want to be able to, your coach would be the eyes for you going over this with your run up, and also to clear the high jump. You want to then be able to go back, and for your coach to tell you, adjust this, make this adjustment, whether you're going to take a step forward or backwards or whatever it is that you need to do. And so these are technical events, the long jump, triple jump, and the high jump, and you would need your coach there, yes.
There was an issue with a pole vaulter from Canada, was it, who he cleared the height, but then a certain part of his anatomy knocked the bar over, and it was viral on social media because people were saying
that hurts.
Yeah, he and
you men could only understand that. Us women,
yes,
we wouldn't be able to understand that. We would never understand that.
You would never.
You're a female.
In a million Wednesdays, Juliet Cuthbert.
If you were able to understand that, I would have to investigate.
It's a miserable feeling.
But just to go back to the high jump, Barsham cleared the height, but immediately after getting up out off of the mat, took his number off.
Oh,
because he qualified. He qualified.
Finished for the day, gone home.
Yes, that's a good thing. He has time to recuperate, right?
Because and it doesn't seem serious because he was able to jump.
Yeah.
And that's the automatic distance, so height. So he will be in the final.
Yeah, well, Beckford has one more chance at 2.27 meters to have his name in the final 12 final dozen for the shot at the medals.
And Tanbury is struggling.
Yeah.
Come on, that wasn't the automatic height.
Yes, 2.27 to go to the final. Yeah, 2.27.
Yeah, if you clear 2.27, you get a place in the final. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Top 12.
So it will,
Yeah,
it will,
that would put him in the top 12. It's 2.29 that will get you a place in the finals. But because of the struggles that we're seeing, 2.27 is definitely going to get you there.
that's going to be the magic mark.
Okay, yeah,
that's going to
right.
be the magic mark.
Yeah.
I did say that the series was from 2.15 to 2.29, but Barshim knows that the business is done. We're waiting to see after Tamberi, Gianmarco Tamberi from Italy comes and makes another attempt.
He cleared it.
I think he.
No.
No, that's what Casey was saying, that he didn't clear.
Wow.
So
He's
Tamberi
out.
He's in.
No, he has failed at 3 times at 2.2.
So he's out.
He's out.
Three
He's out now.
times
That's his
failing.
third
Yeah,
time.
that's done. So
That's
let's
done.
see Romain Beckford now, who will come up after him. One more shot, like that Eminem song, "Lose Yourself." It only takes one shot. Do not let your chance to grow or whatever it is. Go again, William. Well, you would know those Eminem songs, would you? You're too young to know those Eminem songs.
They've not
Come on,
showed
do not
his
miss a chance to
jump at
blow.
all.
Aye, there you go. I didn't want to say the B word. Yeah, there you go. All right, so Romain Beckford is on the track. Mr. King, you were saying?
Yeah, he's done
Okay.
right now.
Romain Beckford, let's hear the jump described. .27 meters. That was his third and final attempt at 2.27 meters, and he did not clear that at all. So we'll keep on updating you insofar as the list of qualifiers for that final. And the standard in the preliminaries of all of the jumps we've seen so far have not been good, but the final has been good. The triple jump in the women, we were griping about the quality in the preliminaries, and then we got a 15.02 from Thea Lafond. The long jump was the same for the men. The prelims were horrible, but the final was good because the Greek did 8.48 meters.
Yeah.
And
Wayne did 8.36.
And Wayne did 8.36 for silver. So maybe the men's high jump, we will be lifted to an even higher standard in that final because the prelims have not set the pulse racing any at all. The women's javelin throw, Jamaica does not have an interest in the women's javelin. It's a big group, or two big groups. Qualification Group A has 16 athletes, so too does Group B, so 32 athletes going forward. Meanwhile, round one in the men's 800 meters is on track. We have a Jamaican here in one of these heats. I'll tell you about him in short order. The world record is held by David Rudisha, 140.91, and same world record, same Olympic record, registered the same day, August 8, 2012, in London. Rudisha ran that race as if he was jogging to the shop to buy some milk to go back to make his cereal. 140.91. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Round one, heat one has Elliot Creston from Belgium in the field. Abraham Goem from South Sudan in lane 2. Abubakar Haidar Abdallah from Qatar in lane 3. Handal Roban from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hello to you, sir. He's in the field. Peyton Craig from Australia is there. So too is Tumo Nkape from Botswana. James Preston from New Zealand is here, as is Marco Arop from Canada. And Abdelati El Gessi from Morocco completes the lineup. So the Vincentian Handel Roban, he has a personal best of 145.36, a season's best of 145.36 as well. And he is in this field. The fastest man in this lineup is the man who has gone 142.43 this year, which is also his season's best, the Belgian Elliot Creston. Not far behind him is the man from Canada, Marco Arop, who has a season's best of 142.93. Those two are comfortably faster this season than all their other rivals. The rules are that the qualification standard is that the first three in each heat will advance to the semis. All others will have to make do with the garbage round as defined by the Jamaican sprint hurler Janique Brown. Let's go across to our franked that form. Elliot Christian, the Belgian, coming through 145.51. Marco Orup from Canada, 145.74. And Peyton Craig, 145.81, qualifying automatically. William, do you think in your young lifetime you'll see a Jamaican 800 meters medalist at the Olympics? Not even gold medalist, just medalist. I can tell you, I don't think so in my lifetime, and I'm still relatively, fresh. You are even younger. I have no confidence that I'll see a Jamaican on the medal podium at the 800 meters in any World Championships or Olympics.
It's not one of those distances that we tend to focus on. Even when you look at some of the best who have done it, Natalia Gould, who do we look at coming up as the next generation behind Natalia Gould? It's just not one of those things that we focus on. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, when I was in high school, there was a boy who I would have bet a lot on that he would have gone on to do the business. He ran for Edwin Allen back then. His name was Aldwin Sappleton. You remember him, Casey?
Yeah, I remember Sappleton.
Yeah, he was supremely talented.
He also went to Monroe.
He finished up at Monroe, but he made his name at Edwin Allen. And then, I said, well, if Sappleton can't make it, nobody now make it. There you go. All right, so that's Heat 1. Heat 2 comes up now in the men's 800 meters. Mohammed Dwedar from Palestine is here, but Mr. King says it's time to break for a time signal, and let's do that and come right back and continue Paris this morning here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Music users, a license from JCAP is a must for the use of music for entertainment purposes. Respect the music, respect the creators, play by the rules. The time by Jamaica Association of Composers, Authors and Publishers Limited is
5 o'clock.
KFC this summer, we a bucket together. Well, I vibe with your crew, yeah, we a stay true, the taste is so good. KFC, bucket on the ends with the real one. My island, we a world champion with my KFC. I'm gonna be me, jam rock, celebrate with we. KFC, we a bucket together.
When we bucket together, we are as we really are. Enjoy a family 12, party 15.